This podcast is produced and managed by Kangaroo Fern Media Lab, Australia's independent video and podcast company. We do the podcasting hard bits so you don't have to. We make podcasts easy. Book a call at www.kangaroofern.com. www.kangaroofern.com.
You are listening to episode 1 of Wellness Fridays with Coach Joy Karen.
Let's talk well-being and mental health. Whether you're an aspiring coach, content creator, or podcaster, you need to take care of yourself as well. Wellness Friday with Coach Joy Karen. Brought to you by Kangaroo Fern Media Lab and Podcast Creator Society. And now, here's your host, Coach Joy Karen.
What's up, podcasters? I'm Joy Karen, a creativity coach. Wellness Fridays is a weekly show created for podcasters and content creators. This show aims to talk about creativity, inspiration, and overall well-being so you can continue what you love doing most. I would like to thank my podcast management group, Nico, and the rest of the team of Kangaroo Fern Media Labs for this amazing opportunity and this amazing platform to spread the spark of creativity all over. So more and more people will do what they love doing as they #sparkle within. Today, we're going to talk about that fickle thing called inspiration. And I'll give you 3 ways to help yourself get out of that creative rut. This podcast is created for podcasters and content creators in mind. This is your space where we can talk about the highs and lows of content creation and how to keep that spark of creativity alive. In this highly rewarding career, where there is a demand to be continuously creative and unique, feelings of emptiness, maybe boredom, or mental exhaustion can take a huge toll in the creative process. And most especially, it can affect our professional and personal lives. May these short weekly reminders help you keep that spark of creativity alive each and every day. So let's begin. How do you feel when you see a blank page? Do you feel pressure, overwhelm, or do you sense possibilities? As content creators, staring at a blank page makes it harder for us to start. There's pressure in a seemingly easy part of creation, which is starting. Even when you know what to do or how to do it, the pressure builds up and it makes it even harder to begin. Your thoughts become louder and louder saying, what if my idea sucks? What if I make a mistake? What if people hate it? What if I hate it? These thoughts are mostly anchored in insecurities and fear. So when these thoughts creep in, challenging it with another what if is something that could help you out, something that could deal with a statement and, of course, address that negative self-talk. In flipping the script, instead of saying, what if my idea sucks? You can say, what if my idea can resonate with my audience? Instead of saying, what if I make a mistake? You can say, what if I embrace my imperfections? If you say to yourself, what if people hate it? You can say, what if it reaches that person who truly understand and resonate with the message? And if you say, what if I hate it? You can say, what if I trust myself more? What if I have that ability to really create something that I would really be proud of? Remind yourself of who you truly are. Go back to those times where you felt you were unstoppable. Moments where you felt you were in the flow, where brilliant ideas keep flowing out of you effortlessly. and how simple things can inspire you to connect ideas that seemingly have no connections at all so you can create something awesome. Pressure and possibilities work hand in hand. Giving in to the right amount of pressure can really be something positive that could help us reach our goals. And as content creators, we need that kind of healthy amount of pressure. But if the pressure builds up, it can cause anyone to break. It can be crippling. It blocks our creative process. It blocks our creative flow, making it even harder to push ourselves to produce content that we truly would like to produce, something that we truly love. When pressure builds too much, it pushes us to the breaking point. It pushes us to the point where inspiration is really hard to find. And during these times, even if inspiration is hard to find, we try our very best to find it, to look for it in everything that we can. So what is inspiration? Is it really far different from motivation? In a quick comparison, motivation is a mind thing, while inspiration is a heart thing. Inspiration is a heart thing because when it is tapped, it comes effortlessly. It is an inner drive within all of us. When someone is inspired, they do what they love doing in an effortless and natural manner. They do it wholeheartedly. For some, inspiration is fickle, an unsteady source of ideas. And it seems like it's easy to lose, but very hard to find. Well, in my opinion, the more you push yourself to look for that inspiration or to be inspired, the harder it is. You may have felt that time in your life that you were stuck in a creative rut. When you felt that inspiration was nowhere to be found. A time where nothing seems to make sense, and a time where no matter what you read, no matter what you listen to, no matter what you do, nothing seems to click. Nothing seems to spark that creativity in you. Then that's the thing about inspiration. It's not in your mind, but it resides in your heart. And the way to access the heart is to pause, to take a step back, and to just trust yourself to flow. Give yourself the permission to be and not to pressure yourself too much.
We will be right back.
Are you passionate to help other podcasters? Wanted to connect to growth-minded podcasters and service providers? The Podcast Creators Society is now open for new members. Head over to www.podcastcreatorsociety.com/community.
Are you ready to finally start your own podcast? Maybe you already have one, but need a podcast manager to help you level up. We're here for either. Book a call at www.kangaroofern.com www.kangaroofern.com.
Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by clicking the subscribe button now. This podcast is made possible by listeners like you. Thank you for your support. Now, back to the show.
If something isn't working out, like putting so much pressure in you to create content, don't do more of it. Don't add more pressure to yourself, or you just might break. What you can do is take a step back, pause, and connect with yourself. So at this point, let me just share with you 3 things that you can do now that could help you start and help yourself get out of that creative rut and find that spark of inspiration for you to be able to continue doing what you love. 1, move away from your desk. Just go ahead and go out. Take a short walk around your house or bask under the sun and look up in the sky. Take a couple of deep cleansing breaths and just enjoy doing nothing, yet knowing you are part of something bigger than you. Appreciate that there is a big big, big world out there. Allow yourself to see your world connected and part of a bigger world and see how everything is connected. By expanding our focus, we help ourselves see connections that we didn't see, that there was this certain connection before. Number 2, do something different. Spice up your life by being a little adventurous. I'm not saying you go skydiving, although that seems interesting, right? It's the little changes in your life, in your routine, that could help spark that creativity. If you usually listen to pop music, why not switch by tuning in to different types or genres of music, like jazz or world music? Music has a power and magical way of igniting that spark in us. I personally like tuning in to Putumayo, world music. There's this enigmatic energy listening to a song sung in a different language. So if you want, you can try this out. And lastly, connect. Have a conversation with your family, with your friends, or if you're really that adventurous, you can go ahead and talk to a stranger. There is magic in forming connections through powerful conversations. Whenever I encounter people and become immersed in a conversation, tiny sparks of ideas happen. And sometimes topics that seem to be very uninteresting and very simple can be sources of big grand ideas. And it helps me create more and more content, not just for others, but for me as well. That's it for today, friends, and I hope this episode sparked that awesomeness in you. And if you'd like to listen more of what we're talking about here on Wellness Fridays, you can just follow us and don't forget to subscribe. You can also connect with me on Facebook by searching Joy Karen, the Creativity Coach. And if you feel that this episode is worth sharing and you remembered someone who needed that nudge, that spark of creativity, go ahead, share it with them and share it with as many people as you would want. It will help us reach more podcasters and content creators who might be needing that spark of inspiration. Again, thank you for listening, and I'll see you again next week. Don't forget to #Sparkle Within. Bye, guys!
Are you ready to finally start your own podcast? Maybe you already have one, but need a podcast manager to help you level up. We're here for either. Book a call at www.kangaroofern.com. www.kangaroofern.com.